The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
There has been a lot of talk about 2019 number 4 overall, Clelin Ferrell, being a bust. The defensive lineman hasn't exactly lit up the stat sheet with sacks in his first 2 years, but any bust talk is premature and inaccurate. Not only does he have another year to get such a label, he's not playing like one either. Pro Football Focus has him ranked as the number 16 edge rusher in the NFL. That's up 20 spots from his rookie year. But the more important thing to check for is his value to the team, and that is there. In 2020, the Raiders were 7-4 with Ferrell and 1-4 without him. With him, they were bad enough on defense, giving up 28.45 points per game. But without him, they were much worse, giving up 33 points per game. That's almost a 5-point per game difference. By that metric, the Raiders sweep the Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Chargers if Ferrell plays in the second game against each team. The Raiders also beat the Miami Dolphins by that metric and go to the playoffs at 11-5. Eye test wise, you can clearly see the difference he makes in the first game against each team on tape. Speaking of eye test, let's take a look at Ferrell. In the beginning, I thought the Raiders really did something in getting Ferrell, as he had a sack in his first career game. He even had a pass batted down when lined up at defensive tackle. But it really didn't go too well for Ferrell at defensive tackle. In my opinion, the Raiders were experimenting with him and taking snaps away from him at his natural position of defensive end. Getting sick and losing 15 pounds didn't help matters either, so year one was not pretty for Ferrell in terms of getting after the quarterback. But one area he excelled at right away was stopping the run. Yeah, you weren't going to get too far running right at him. Those long arms enabled him to get rid of blockers and make the play. He can also crash down into the middle to make plays. And he can chase it down from the backside. And he came along later on in the season as a pass rusher, like on this pressure against the Detroit Lions to help ice the game. And he seemed to love to play against the Los Angeles Chargers. That's the team the majority of his sacks came against. Here he's just going to walk the tackle back, disengage, and make the sack. Of Ferrell's 4.5 sacks his rookie year, 3.5 came in the second half of the season, and 3.5 also came against the Chargers. Then the season ended and Ferrell vowed to come back a different player, and did. In 2020, Ferrell was bigger, stronger, and faster. and his run defense showed up right away as he saved week 1 with it against the Panthers. You can see just how much stronger he had gotten here. Here he's going to take on the pulling guard and blow the play up. Yep, you still can't run right at him. Toss some blockers off of him is easy work now. He just doesn't stay blocked long. He makes easy work of first round pick Mekhi Becton here. And he's gonna do it again here. Watch him crash down into the middle and take the blocker with him here. Here he's going to penetrate into the backfield and catch the cutback. Here we go with penetration into the backfield again. Not blocking him at all is not a good idea. He can chase that stuff down from the backside. Here's going to get himself out of position and back in just in time to make the play. He's only a couple of years removed from college, so you're not going to fool him on the spread option. He stays patient, waits for the give, and makes the play. Here he stays patient, waits for the quarterback to keep and makes the play. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to fool anybody. And this jet sweep isn't going to fool anybody either. Ferrell's pass rush came along a little slower. He got to the quarterback a couple of times in week 2 against the Saints. Then in week 3 against the Patriots, his pass rush stood out a little more. You got to tip your hat to Cam Newton here. Ferrell's going to show some speed and force the throwaway here. Then he's going to show some speed from the defensive tackle position and force an interception. Then in week 5 against the Kansas City Chiefs, he dominated without even having a sack. He should have had one here, but he lost his grip. He still forced a sack on the play though. Then here, he's going to pressure Mahomes into a sack. Then here, Mahomes is going to push forward for a yard or two to avoid the sack. Ferrell had 9 pressures on the day and could have easily had 3 sacks. He also batted 1 down, which is the equivalent of a sack for no gain. Here's a pressure on Patrick Mahomes as he flushes him from the pocket and forces an errant throw. Ferrell showed his ability to rush the passer from outside and inside as he chases Mahomes around here. It was in this game that I begun to see the Raiders plan for him as a multi-position defensive lineman. And here he is on the edge, ready to chase Mahomes around some more. Here, Ferrell's gonna get held. Yank! The Chiefs couldn't help it. Ferrell took over this game, especially in the second half. His pressure was a big part of the Chiefs only scoring 8 points in the second half. And this pressure that caused Mahomes to throw an interception in the fourth quarter was a big part of why the Raiders were able to hold on in this game. You can definitely see where Ferrell was the difference between game 1 and 2 against the Chiefs. Ferrell was also all over then rookie quarterback Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers. Here, he darn near sacks Herbert and the left tackle at the same time. Here he uses his speed and quickness inside for the pressure. Here he's going to use his length inside. Here he's outside again and takes on 2 guys on the way to the quarterback. And here he's going to use the inside move to get past this guy. You can't say Ferrell wasn't a big loss for the second game against the Chargers. Now here he is against the Jets, where he had a bat down from the outside, some pressure from the inside, and a couple of sacks, the first one coming from the outside. Then another from the inside. They both went for fumbles and turnovers. Now here he is on the nose, where he's going to miss an opportunity at a sack, but at the same time he puts enough pressure to help close the door on the Jets. Watching Ferrell come along at the end of his rookie season from the defensive end spot, I thought the Raiders were wasting their time lining him up at defensive tackle. But in year 2, you could see the Raiders' plan for Ferrell was working out from the outside and the inside. And just when the sacks started to come for him, he was put on injury reserve with a shoulder injury. So Ferrell came along quietly in 2020, and I can't wait to see him in 2021. Thank you for watching. See you next time.